Hi everyone and welcome back. In this video, we're gonna work on two examples where we can use all the things that we have so far learned in Python to solve these example questions. So far, we have always created a notebook using this new file. But in this video, I'm going to also show you that you can also open up a folder that might have already some files, or it could also be empty. So if you click on this open, and here you can choose the folder that you want. So I want to open this notebooks folder. And here I have 3 notebook files. I'm gonna delete this and I will show you how you can create. Let's say if you want to create a new file here in this folder, you just click on this new file and then you can create different types of files. Let's say for a notebook, just test IPYNB, and this will be a notebook that you can write your code inside. So I have already created a notebook here, and here we have 2 examples that we will work on, and also a third example that I will leave it up to you to do it on yourself and have more practice. I will recommend that after we read the question, the problem, you pause the video and then you try to solve this on your own. This will be a great practice for you, and then come back and check the solution that we have here to compare and to see if you miss something or if we missed something here. All right, so let's get started. So the first example is about building a sleep advisor app. So what is the scenario? It says you're creating a simple health app. The program asks the user for their name, how many hours of sleep they got last night. And based on general recommendation, the program will give them a piece of advice. If they slept for less than 7 hours, it advises, hi, then user's name, you should get more rest. If they slept more than 9 hours, it says, hi, again, user's name, you might be sleeping too much. Otherwise, it will basically say, hi, user's name, your sleep schedule looks fine. So quite simple. We have okay, here I will advise you to pause the video and then come back and do it yourself, and then come back to and continue the video. All right, so let's start with the solution. So if we read the scenario, it says that the program asks the user for their name and how many hours of sleep they got last night. So for this, we will use the input function that we learned about. Let's say name, I will have a name variable, and then with the input, well, what is your name? Very simple. So we get the name, and then we will also need to get the how many hours of sleep they got last night. I'm gonna call this hours or sleep hours. Okay, again, input, how many hours did you sleep last night? All right. Now, what else do we need to program based on the if they slept less than? Now we have here the decision making process. So before jumping into the decision making process, I want to remind you the very important thing about the input is that so if the user here puts a number, the number of hours, as mentioned before, the input function will convert it to a string. So this sleep hours is a string, so we need to convert it, cast it to an integer, a number. So I'm gonna just do like this. So if you remember with the int function, we can just convert this string, convert the string to a number, an integer. Now this should work fine. Now the if statement. So if, what is it? If it says that slept for less than 7 hours. So if this is sleep hours, if sleep hours is less than 7, then we will print, I'm just gonna copy paste if I can. All right. So inside the, remember we have the string, so it should be inside. Now, in order, this is also a good point to learn here. I want to, this user's name is a variable, which I don't know. Let me put it this way. In order to be able to print this, we use something that is called fstring. Fstring basically enables you to add text like this and numbers or variables if you put it in this brackets like this curled bracket. All right, so this will basically say hi, and then the name will be calculated here, and then the rest. Or I'm gonna put also, or you could do it like, if you don't want to use the f string, you can also do like this, hi, space, and then name, and then the rest, which is also fine. You can also do it like this. All right, so both you can do it. Okay, let's continue. For now, the second line is extra, so you can either have this or this. So, but I'll keep both of them for now. All right, and then it says if you slept more than 9 hours, then we have the L. If sleep hours is more than 9, then we will print. What do we print? Hi, you might be sleeping too much. Okay, I'm gonna use f string again. Hi, and then the name. You might be sleeping too much. And else, and in this case, I would say again, hi. Well, let me make it f string. Hi, name, your sleep schedule looks good. All right, very simple. So we get the name and the sleep hours. We need to convert the sleep hours to an integer, to a number, because we know that this will be string. And then we have the if the decision. If the sleep hours is less than 7, we will print this. If it's more than 9, and let's run this. So we see that the Python is here is asking us about the input. It says, what is your name? And then we need to give a name. Let's give our name, Bob. And then it goes to the second input, second input, which is about the sleeping hours. So you can see how many hours did you sleep last night. And then let's say we slept, let's give 6 for now, and enter. So what happens now? We gave 6. Because 6 is less than 7, this is true. So the condition is true. So Python will run these codes here. And what happened that it run it, it says, hi, Bob, we should get more rest. And because we repeated, and then this is the second line, both of them are the same. Well, I had one more space here. Somehow. I'm gonna rerun this. So what's your name? Bob. Enter how many hours. Now I'm gonna give 10. And then you see that basically name was Bob, hours was 10. So this first condition is not satisfied because 10 is not lower than 7. So it comes here. And 10 is indeed bigger than 9. So it runs this code. Basically, hi, Bob, you might be sleeping too much. All right, quite simple. And if we give something in between, I'm gonna quickly run name Bob, 8 hours, then it will run this one. Your sleeping schedule looks good. All right, let's go to the second example, the Cozy Cafe calculator. All right, we are building a simple ordering program for a small cafe. So it sells 3 items, coffee, tea, and muffin. The program should greet the customer, show the menu, and ask them what they want to order, and then tell them the cost. If their order is over $5, they get this message, they get a free cookie. Here again, I will suggest you to pause the video and do this exercise on your own, and then come back here and continue checking our solution. Let's start. So we first need to greet the customer. So we need to have some print statements. Let's say print, I'm gonna put like this, welcome to our cafe. And then like this, a little bit formatting. What else? Show the menu. We need to print show the menu. So let's say, what was it? Coffee was, how much was coffee? $3. I'm gonna also put a next line so that it goes, that the next print is in the next line. Tea was $2, I think. And again, I'm gonna put the next line. This next line basically prints an empty line. It goes to the next line. And finally, muffin, $6. I'm gonna also put the next line here. All right, so we have the first 2 subtasks. We greeted the customer, showed the menu. Now ask them what they want to order and then tell them. So now we need to get the user's order. So we need to use the input function. So what do you want to order? And because this is a string, we don't need to convert it to anything. So this will be string and we're all good. And now we need to show them the cost. And also if their order is above $5, we need to also print this. So let's do this with the decision. So if order is coffee, sorry, I need to put it in the string, coffee, then print, what do we need to print? The cost. So let's say you ordered coffee and the cost is How much was $3? Okay. And now elif order is T. We will say, I'm just gonna make it shorter, just print the cost. Cost is $2, and then we need to also check for the if the order is oh, this is a mistake. You need to put double. So in programming in Python, if you put one equal, this is not equal. This is assigning the value on the right to the variable name on the left. But we want to check the if two things are equal, so we need to use double equal sign. And then muffin and print cost $6. And we know that if the here at the end it says if their order is over $5, which is only happens if they order muffin, so we can also print this other message here. Let me go down. So we can also print this: you qualify for a free cookie. You qualify for a free cookie. All right. And now, else, if none of these is ordered, we will just print that okay, sorry, we don't have that on our menu. All right. Okay, I think we covered all the things that the scenario asked. Let's run. Now, Python will stop at this input and will ask us, as you can see, what do you want to order? Let's try coffee. And what do we get? Normally we should get your ordered coffee. So let's see what we have. First, we have the prints about greeting the customer, welcome to our cafe, and this is the menu. And then this was our order, you ordered coffee. Let me check. Let me run this, and this time I will give, let's say, muffin. Let's see what happens. So again, we have the menu. Now we entered this because order was muffin, so this was false. Also this was false, so then Python checks this one if condition, and it was true, and then it runs these two lines. So we see that $6 is the cost, and we also qualified for a free cookie. Quite simple. I have also another example that I will not provide solutions, but I highly recommend you to go and try to solve it on your own. I will also provide these examples in the comments below the video. All right, I'm just gonna read it. It's quite simple as well. Simple username and password check. You're creating a mock login screen for a secret clubhouse. You have a secret username and password already decided. So basically you have already two variables, password and username. You can just give some random values for them. And the program should ask the user to enter a username and then a password. So again, we will ask, the program needs to ask for two inputs, and then it will tell them if their login was successful, or if either the username or password was incorrect, then you should also print like, oh, username was wrong or password was wrong. All right, keep practicing and see you in the next video.